All right, good morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to you for another useful, interesting, empowering morning conversation. Now, seems like you had a long holiday, right? So people still haven't come back from their holiday. I suppose they'll come back slowly and slowly. Now, let's start by energizing ourselves and making ourselves ready for the day ahead. So, as you know, we have something called the power of generation, the ability to generate whatever feeling we want. So, what do you want to generate just now? Do you want to generate anger? Do you want to generate irritation? No, no. So, what do you want to generate? Let's generate some happiness. So, when I say 1, 2, 3, we will all laugh 100%. You can do it without making a sound if you don't want to disturb people at home. All right. So, the moment I say 1, 2, 3, we will laugh. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. So when I say the word purposeful, yeah, what does it evoke in you? See, either you are being purposeful or you're being purposeless. If I ask you what is your purpose in life, one universal answer will be to survive. Would it be a wrong answer? Long time back, I was doing some studies, and there was a book, and in that book, the author says the purpose of the mind is survival. The purpose of the mind is survival of itself or whatever it considers itself to be. Right? So there is a purpose. So if you consider that your purpose is survival of yourself or whatever you consider yourself to be, have you thought what does that mean? Survival of yourself means what? Come on, guys. This is not such a difficult question to answer. Yes, Captain Sir.
Yes, sir. That means you are just you want to just because you are born, you need to lead a life.
Yeah, true. But but what
In
is
fact, yeah. So when I ask someone how are you, people say कि चल रही है, चला रहा हूँ जिंदगी. As if because just because they are born, they want to just live instead of having be how grateful being that you are leading such a beautiful life. So I always say, great, fantastic day, going great. I think that these affirmations gives you that energy, sir, instead of just having the feeling of survival.
Yeah, true. But right now, I'm just looking at even the very basic thing called survival, which we are, by the way, most people are preoccupied with survival only, no? Now, we may have a different way of living our life to get out of that only survival mode. I agree with you. But if you look at the survival mode, what are we doing for that? Survival of what? Let's listen to Tanmay.
Sir, based on the quote that you mentioned about Purpose. First thing that came to my mind is being purposeful is survival, and whatever you consider survival. So let's say I'm a sports person, I'm a football player. For me, then my purpose or survival, everything is, playing great football. That is my purpose in life. So similarly, whatever you set like an aim or a goal for yourself in life, that is your purpose. And that is your survival. Because if you don't do that, then you will not feel like you are living.
Very good, very good, very good, very good. So, like I said, the purpose of the mind is survival of itself, or whatever it considers yourself to be. Right? So, you've given an example of survival of whatever you consider yourself to be. That is a sports player. Yeah, but if you look at survival, we talk about survival. Survival of what? Survival of the body, for sure, isn't it? So, what all are we doing for the survival of the body?
The survival of the body, we are giving it, nutritious food, rest, sleep, exercise.
Yeah, and a comfortable place to live. Right? You don't want, I mean, if you want to survive, you will not be standing in the sun all day long, etc. That is physical survival, right?
Yes.
Now, that is the basic purpose in life, right? You are born with it. You have a physical body. So you have to work for the survival of that body. You have to feed it. You have to give it shelter. You don't have a choice on that. Okay. But do you notice that there are different levels of survival? I mean, the laborer is also surviving. Ambani is also surviving. Right? That other fellow is also surviving. Everybody is surviving only. But survival of whatever they consider themselves to be. Politician also surviving. Everybody is surviving. So that's fine. No problem with that. I mean, we have a choice to do what we want in order to survive. Okay? But you will notice one thing. There are people who do it purposefully, and there are people who are just doing it purposelessly. So even if we are playing the game of survival, who is going to be better at it? So like we are saying, oh, survival of the body. But I will eat all sorts of food at all types of times. I will not sleep on time. I will indulge in alcohol. Right? So now I am going counter to my purpose. If we are going counter to our purpose, what will happen to our body? There is dissonance inside. If my purpose is X and I'm doing Y, there will be physical dissonance, there will be mental dissonance also, no? All the time there is some nagging fear inside our mind, oh, I'm doing something wrong, something, we are living with fear and anxiety also. Have you noticed that? Now, so there are the purposeful people and there are the purposeless people. Would you agree with me? And then there are these people, from time to time they become purposeful. The rest of the time they are not purposeful. Like I know a lot of people, the moment they get into the office, they are very, very purposeful. But when they get out of the office, they are completely purposeless when it comes to their family or other parts of their life. So let's look at a person who is purposeless. I mean, there are a lot of people who are purposeless. Are they surviving or no? Hello guys, what happened? Should I go off and come back after 15 minutes so that you can have your discussion?
So, sir, sorry, I forgot to raise my hand. For purpose, if they are not having a purpose, then they're just surviving. I would say not even surviving, just existing. It's as good as, like any other animal. I feel the difference between animals and human beings is human beings are intentional, purposeful. Otherwise, there is absolutely no difference between me and any other animal who consumes resources, grows, multiplies, and dies. After 200 years, his contribution to society and mine is actually same, unless I've done something intentionally and given something to the society.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for sharing that. You can lower your hand after you finish speaking. Yes, Abhinav.
Say your topic is very fascinating, Sugdeepak. On one hand, the purpose of life is survival. On the other hand, others, including myself, are doing things empty to it. There are people who will drink one bottle of daru every day. So very difficult to understand how that is contributing to their survival. And someone like me used to eat sweets, knowing very well it is harmful for the body. Someone like me will not go for a walk every day or exercise every day, knowing fully well it is not good for survival. So it's very difficult to understand others and myself. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Abhinav. You can lower your hand now. Yes, Vetrivel.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. The moment you said purposeful, some good thoughts came. I would like to share with you all. I just take it from my own life experience. So before joining this kind of a forums and kind of a coaching industry, my purpose was like just surviving. I considered to be enjoying and all. Now that surviving word,
Yeah.
now the experience from 3 years, I'm just comparing. Purpose was shifted from surviving to exploring. I can clearly see that. Now I want to explore things. That could be one of my purpose. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Right now, I'm only concentrating on people who end up being purposeless. Okay. But they are still surviving. So purposeless means also being consciously doing things. We'll get into purposeful at some point. I mean, since the majority of us are purposely drifting from one day to another, okay? Now, if you look at a person whose life is purposely going on, is he in charge of his life? Or situations and circumstances are in charge of his life? A purposeless person, or let us say a person who has some bouts of purposelessness. Like I know some people, as if they have little bit of money every day to survive, they are doing fine. They'll not stretch, they'll not do anything more, right? Suddenly they find that now I am without a job. Suddenly they'll become very purposeful. कि अभी नौकरी ढूंढना है. So then they'll get a job. After getting a job, usual purposelessness comes in. They'll not do well in the job also. And after some time, they'll say, okay, I better find another job before they kick me out. So I wanted to examine that part of it because I'm sure that either we have been in that situation ourselves or we have met some person or persons who's been in that situation. So people who are purposeless, what does their life look like? I mean, one definitely I know is that they are victims of circumstances and other people. Okay. Their survival depends a lot on other people, on situations. जिसको बोलते हैं परिस्थितियों के शिकार रहते हैं हमेशा. Right? I mean, if you meet a purposeless person, would you be able to recognize him? So I was involved in a lot of interviews, you know. So I was able to spot such people within the first 10 minutes of the interview. He is a totally purposeless man. And my thought would come, why has he come for the interview then? Yes, Babu.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So, like if somebody identifies that oneself is purposeless or somebody else is, first sign I think is that one starts blaming others or situations around. Basically, वो परिस्थिति को blame करना शुरू करते हैं. स्थिति सेम रहती है, but परिस्थिति जो है उसको blame करते हैं.
Okay. You know, you can tell purposeless people even from the way they walk. Can you do that? Can you tell by looking at someone, this fellow is purposelessly walking? If somebody is walking with purpose, you will know also.
Just the body language is, I think, very big a sign wherein you can find a person is what is going on in his maybe that point of time, whether he's going with some purpose or his purpose is definitely body language is a sign.
Definitely.
The way one talks. Yes, sir. Yes.
Definitely. Thank you. Yes, Tanmay.
And sir, linked with body language is the level of energy and enthusiasm the purposeful person shows as against someone with no major purpose. There'll be a lot of energy. You can feel the purpose around that person.
Yeah, purposeful person will have a lot of high energy. He will have high focus also. He will have a system to manage whatever goals he has. Purposeful person will be goal-driven person. He will always have small or big goals. Don't you think so? Purposeless person will make a goal also sometimes. But he makes a lot of mistakes and he never achieves his goals because he did not do something. Let me show you something here interesting. I'm trying to use the whiteboard feature. Can you see something appearing on your screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, this line is not straight, but anyway. So let us say you are at point number A. Okay? Point number A means, can you see this? What I've drawn on the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you are at point number A. Obviously, you want to move to point number B. Just a second. I'm still getting familiar with this. So you tell me a purposeful person would be aware of what? Which one is more important to him? Point A or point B?
Point B.
Point B.
You think that's enough? See, we may be very nice guys and conscious of point point A and point B, point B. But tell me something. Now we've got a lot of our good friends here from the armed forces and all. Suppose you want to go somewhere, which is a new place you've never been there before. Okay. Then, anyway, I'm going to close this thing. Okay. There is point A, there is point B. You're a purposeful person. And let's talk about the map. So let's say you decided to go to a place where you've never been before. Yeah. Now, if you want to get there, one of the tools that you require is what called a map, right? If you want to use a map properly, what is that first thing that you got to be very, very clear about?
We need to be very clear where are we, sir, in the map.
Where am I right now? Okay. Then what is the next thing you would be thinking of?
Where do I need to go? Which point?
Yeah, ultimate destination, you know. You've located
But
it on the
then,
map also.
so then we need to know if the ultimate destination is known, then we need to know which is the reference point which will help me to go to that destination, the immediate nearest reference point,
Exactly.
which will help me to know.
So that will become your immediate, interim goal, isn't it? See, will you not mark different points in the map where you have to reach at different times?
Yes, sir. We mark the route and the vantage points or some reference points
Yeah,
so that
so
we don't get
maybe,
lost.
so after, maybe you say, okay, every 10 kilometers, I will, reaching the next 10 kilometers is my first goal. So when you have reached that goal of 10 kilometers, what would you do then? You'd ask yourself some questions, right? First question will be, am I on the right track? Is this road still going to point number B? You'll ask that, right?
Yes.
Now that is something which purposeful people will always do. So they've taken whatever ultimate purpose they have called goal, they've broken it into different pieces, like milestones on the way to make sure that they stay on track. Otherwise, instead of going from point A to point B, you might end up reaching point C. So, let me try it one more time to show you what I mean with an illustration. See, here we are. Something going wrong with this today. Anyway, let it go. They will always break it down, right? they realize that if I have to reach or fulfill my purpose, I will have to stay on track. Now, if I have to stay on track, like Captain Saab said, we'll have to be clear of every, what shall I say, milestone. So even when we are driving on the road, we look at the milestone. Na? Is this road still going to my destination or not? So these purposeful people, they make even the smallest milestone. And they check it also. For example, they're planning a journey. One of the steps they would have already planned is, have I taken all my supplies? Do I have enough petrol in my car? Have I got my tires checked up? What are the different points? So anyway, if you understood what I'm saying, because we all, some of us, very familiar with this. Question is, let us say that you're driving along. That's exactly what I'm explaining, Abhinav, how to be purposeful. So when you listen to me telling you about what purposeful people do, purposeful people they'll take their purpose and make small goals. जैसे सीढ़ियां नहीं होती है. And they are very clear कि भाई यार, first of all, make sure कि सीढ़ी सही जगह में लगाई है कि नहीं. Is this ladder going to take me where I want to go, or I'll land up on somebody else's chat? Then they will mark every step. Okay, what is the first step I should take? That becomes one goal. What is the next step I should take? That becomes one goal. What is the next step I should take? Right? And they go on going step by step. And at every step, they will check, am I still on the right track? Is this going to take me where I want to go? They may even recheck and say, hey, do I still want to go where I want to go? They might have changed their mind also. So I'm trying to explain to you that. Now let's imagine that you are very purposeful. You started your journey also. Okay? When I'm sharing with you, I mean, we were driving and going somewhere. We were very clear. This was in Pune. Okay? We got so involved in talking to each other that we missed one or two important turns. Okay? We missed some of the milestones. And we landed up somewhere else. So we had to drive another 10 kilometers to get back on track and, reach. So instead of reaching Band Gardens, we had reached some other place. I don't know where. Yeah, we had reached that. What is that place called? And that very upmarket shopping area in Pune. German bakery and all that. Now, what was the culprit here? That we got sidetracked. Why did we get sidetracked? Because we got engaged in something else.
Yeah, you didn't check the milestones.
Yeah, because we got so busy in, talking to each other, and very animated conversation was going on. So we lost focus of the track on which we are going, right? Which is what happens. Now, why does that happen? Because we have not been in a state of awareness. We keep talking about brain number 1, brain number 2, brain number 3. So when we are in a state of reaction, we are in a state of resistance. What happens to us? We get sidetracked. We become purposeless. So one of the things, purposeful people, now very interesting. Abhinav asked me how to become purposeful. And when I'm explaining it, he's not there. Oh, he's there. मैं कहा चला गया चाय बनाने. So, purposeful person is always aware. Okay, where am I going? Have I taken the right wrong turn or not? See, it's not like we don't do it. We do it from time to time. But when we have these moments of unconsciousness in our life, we end up going to the wrong place. For example, Abhinav is very fond of sweets. I am also fond of sweet. Correct? Now, what happens? When we are conscious ke Baba, theek hai, if I am fond of sweet, so let me eat little. Okay? But you start eating sweet, so itna man lalcha jata hai, then you, instead of eating one rasgulla, you end up eating 3. That was in a moment of unconsciousness. Right? We lost our purpose. So one of the big things that you are getting out of the EMC is to living your life consciously. Consciously, purposefully. Okay, now I don't want to say too much more about it right now. I'd like you guys to say that, look, I mean, I want you to say, if I start living my life purposefully, then this is how I will be living my life. Are you getting what I'm saying? You can start your sentence by saying, when I start living my life purposefully, this is how I will be doing things instead of doing it the way I'm doing it now. Go ahead. Yes, Vetrivel.
Sir, when I start living purposefully, I will have steering under my control, meaning I will only drive. I will not allow others to drive my life.
Okay, but say something. It's very nice metaphor you have used.
So I will ask my wife to sit next to me. I will drive the car.
Okay. Yeah, but look at other things that you do. I mean, you are very graphic in your illustration. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the things that you do now that you realize these are happening purposelessly, and now I will do it more purposefully?
I will think about, sir. But most of the things are sorted out, sir, thanks to EMC. I will think deeper about this.
Yeah, I mean, don't live in that illusion that most of the things are sorted out.
Got it, sir. Got it.
I mean, you know, if you really take stock of your life, you will find out how many hours of purposeless activity is going on. See, when you're living purposefully, you will be doing more high payoff activities.
High paying activities. Exactly. Yeah. Got it,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Yes, Colonel Babu.
Sir, good morning, sir. So if I start living my life purposefully, I will make even daily goals. And like right now, I have weekly or monthly goals. I'll cut it down to daily goals, and I'll make sure that I complete those daily goals. Like for example, in personal life, we have to been asked for so many days, so many things to do. I will ensure that I complete it, and I at least acknowledge that, and I do some activity to fulfill that. In my business activity, be it academy or in the other space, I'll ensure that whatever activity which will be purposeful, which will be fruitful, I do that activity rather than procrastinating. Like even if it is like talk to 5 people and closures, many things it involves. So I'll ensure that I make a to-do list before I go on to bed, and next day I complete those tasks. So that will be my way of living purposefully.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Yes, Tanmay.
So what I plan to do is spend more time in taking action and avoid overthinking and over analysis. So when I try to live more purposefully. I will do something rather than thinking and just weighing the action, doing analysis, and avoid distractions.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. Yes, Abhinav.
So Deepak, my issue is still that, see, if someone is purposeful, or if when I am purposeful, we find out a way to do it. Okay. But issue with me or people around me, which I've seen is that they are not clear about their own purpose. So you will have somebody in the office, because I've been in sales and you have been in sales also initially in your life, who will not be meeting his target, and yet he will be doing things which will not lead to his meeting the target also. Even when the boss tells him, so there are people even in my office who are not meeting their target. So I tell him, okay, fine. If why don't, if you're going to that customer, take me along with you next time. I know those people, I will get to the business. So that would have helped them attain their target, and yet they will not do it. So it's a mystery to me. What is the purpose? And when I look at myself, it's a mystery to me why, when I do things, on one hand, I say I want to have great relationships around myself, and yet there are times when I end up fighting with the people also, arguing with the people, fighting with the people also.
That's
So
because
I'm slightly
your this brain is not in control.
okay.
भाई ब्रेन नंबर 1 के ऊपर किसी का कोई कंट्रोल नहीं होता है. The reactive brain.
Yes.
ब्रेन नंबर 2 that comparison वाला, कल अच्छा था, करूं ना करूं, जजिंग एवरीथिंग, नहीं इसके लिए क्यों करूं, उसके लिए क्यों करूं, आज मेरा मूड नहीं है, etc etc. See, so we live in brain number 1 and 2 only most of the time. This brain which is telling you okay beta kar kuch, so we made him go to sleep na. Only thing is you just got to wake this fellow up or kuch nahi. And one very interesting thing, I'll tell you, Colonel Babu said that if you make a goal every day, today these are my goals, these are the actions I will do, these are the result I'll produce today, right? Even if you want to do weight loss program, Abhinav, right? You can say I will lose 5 kilos this month. If you're serious about it, you will say, okay, then in this week I will lose 200 grams. Then you say, okay, today I will walk 1 kilometer. So what happens is ki the moment you, whatever bimari you're talking about, the moment you make daily goals, you may not achieve 100% the daily goals, but the moment you start writing them down, you'll be quite surprised how much more you're doing. अभी जितना करते हो उससे ज्यादा करेंगे. Like even if you are managing a sales team, you should make them have a habit of writing down what is show me your to-do list, what is your plan for the day, what are you going to do today. Because nobody has trained people to do that in their childhood. Some people have been trained by parents, etc., or teachers, but very few. Does that speak to you, Abhinav?
Yes.
See, purposeful people will make a system.
So Deepak, if you go to see, I've never been to America, but let's talk about a small country like Singapore. People are much more purposeful there to make Singapore a great country, though they are humble about it. We don't see that in India. Yeah.
In Singapore, if you are not purposeful, you will not survive. Okay. I met a person over there, a person very old. Okay, must have been around my age now. I'm talking about 10 years ago. They said here we don't get any old age this thing. We have to pay for everything. So if I don't earn, then I cannot. So they have to be purposeful. यहाँ तो चल जाता है ना. Yes, Captain Sam.
Sir, one way I do is whenever this to-do list is I have been following, right? I don't know, from very young age. But another thing, if I feel like something is tough to do every day, or if I am not able to have consistency, I have somebody very close to me to check on me, sir. It's more like an accountability partner.
Absolutely.
And every day, if I'm not doing, they will ask me. You said you will be doing, why you didn't do? So if you have very close friends or confidence, even I had a subordinate, Tech Mahindra. I told her once, okay, I'm not able to reduce this weight. I have started doing this exercise, but I don't have consistency. She said, sir, every day you send me a message that you have done. If
Yeah.
I don't send, immediately she'll ask me, sir, did you do it today? Just because she will ask, I used to go and do it. Because otherwise, I know she will definitely ask me why I didn't do it. So I think such mechanisms should be, some way out can be always carved out.
See, when we do our 3-minute scientific yoga,
Yes.
we put done over there, no?
Right.
The attendance.
I really wonder, sir. We have 160 people in that. I see always 15-20 people missing out. It just takes 3 minutes. And it's just a matter of, I started 1 year back. I have not even missed even a single day. So if you want to do something, you can always do it. And there is a mechanism also. You are supposed to go there and put a comment saying done.
Yeah, so you do it because you know that somebody is going to ask you. That one is more like a self-tracker, you know.
Yeah.
Basically, what it means that if you start tracking your commitments, yeah, end of the day, you say done, not done. Okay. You will become conscious and start doing it. I've been doing that 3-minute scientific yoga for more than 3 years. I've never missed one. Even when I was sick just now, I did not miss it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the question is, these two things what Captain Senthil has just told you. Okay. So start thinking that I make a statement. I have decided to live my life purposefully. So how should I live it? What type of actions should I be doing? What type of thinking should I be doing? What do I do to make sure that I'm purposeful and not drifting away from my purpose? Yeah, so write down. I have decided today to live my life purposefully. So what will I start doing? What will I stop doing? What are the things I will continue to do? What are the things I will do more? And how do I keep myself as a purposeful person? I will keep on looking for possibilities to stay purposeful. You know, when we do this type of affirmation, then mentally, physically, emotionally, we are driving ourselves forward and keeping on track and staying on track also. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. Anybody has any questions or you want to make a comment or anything that you have? Yes, Tanmay.
Sir, very helpful discussion. Some things which, while we were talking came to my mind is it's being purposeful is not just a choice. It's I feel at a spiritual level, it's also a duty because if God has given me some talents and sent me on this planet, maybe He wants me to do something about it and not just continue existing like without a purpose. So it's living a life of purpose is also a duty towards the God.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
even, you may say that there is a flower in the garden. He's also fulfilling a purpose here.
Yes.
Tree is also fulfilling a purpose. Because if I'm not fulfilling a purpose, then I'm a parasite.
Right.
Okay, very nice. Good comment. Thank you very much. Anybody else? All right. So God bless you. You have a great day. You have a wonderful day.
Sukhdev, I just wanted to add something because today's topic has really stirred me. See, many times I start with a great purpose and it ends up being a survival issue. शुरुआत होती है विद समथिंग ग्रेट, ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, और बाद में जाके इट्स ऑल अबाउट सर्वाइवल।
Can you
सर्वाइवल बन जाता
explain
है।
what do you mean by that?
हाँ, जैसे मैंने जब ये कंपनी ज्वाइन करी थी, वेयर आई एम वर्किंग राइट नाउ फॉर द लास्ट 3 years, इट वाज विद अ वेरी ग्रेट पर्पस। ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, सबकी सैलरी दुगनी कर देंगे और कंपनी को यहाँ से यहाँ लेके जाएंगे। बाद में एट अ सर्टेन पॉइंट टाइम मैंने देखा कि लोग तो ये चाहता ही नहीं है। सब लोग जो है सर भाई यही सोच रहे हैं पर मेरी नौकरी चलती रहे, मेरी नौकरी चलती रहे, मेरी नौकरी चलती रहे। एंड एट अ गिवन पॉइंट इन टाइम मैंने भी अपने आप से बोला यार मैं पागल हूँ क्या? मतलब ये इन लोगों को तो फिर भी प्रॉब्लम है लाइफ में, फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज है, मुझे तो कोई है भी नहीं। मैं तो सबके भले के लिए कुछ टारगेट बना के बैठा हुआ था, तो मैंने कहा चलो बाहर में जाओ। मैंने इवन आई केम इनटू जस्ट अबाउट डूइंग द बेयर मिनिमम रिक्वायर्ड टू hold on to the job. So that is what I started also doing. And then a point of time came when I says कि अब बहुत हो गया, and then I decided to leave. Though I haven't left now, I'm in the process of, maybe I will put in my paper in the next 2-3 days. But so now I'm joining a new company. वहां भी मुझे लग रहा है कहीं वो सर्वाइवल ही ना बन जाए। शुरू शुरू में तो बड़े जोश लेके चले कि हम 100 करोड़ 500 करोड़ का वी विल डू बिजनेस फलाना ढिमकाना, बाद में इट मे एंड अप बिकमिंग सर्वाइवल। ठीक है यार, let me do just minimum so that whatever monthly I'm getting, I get.
वो तो तुम्हारी बीमारी, there are some interferers that we have, and I've explained this many times. The biggest interferer we have is our tendency to be influenced by the circumstances. Can you see how you got influenced by the circumstances?
Absolutely.
तो अगर ऐसे ही तुम क्या परिस्थितियों से प्रभावित होते गए तो फिर यही होगा, because we are there, we are hired to influence people, or we are hired so that they can influence us. See, या तो तुम प्रभावित करो and then you will be purposeful. And this happens because we have not broken down things into small everyday actions. कि भाई आज ये करना है, when you achieve one small victory and you celebrate it, then you will be encouraged to do another small victory. So purposeful people will always say कि आज मैं क्या करूँगा? What will I achieve today by the end of the day? And then they put all their actions to make sure of that. Yeah, somebody is saying something?
Sir, Babu here, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, the same question, sir, what Abhinav sir was telling. I asked a psychologist who was assessing my candidates for SSB, sir. Right? The question was, there are few qualities which is expected out of the candidates while they go to SSB, right? So when there are tests called situation reaction tests, 60 situations are given and they have to behave, and they have only 30 seconds to write their response. Now the candidates always get a doubt whether they should become a superhero, whether they should exhibit all the qualities which they have, and so he said ki, or they should remain a person who they are. So the answer which he gave, sir, he said ki forget about the qualities, remain the way you are, because that is how what your true self are. If you have that quality, then you will be selected, and if you don't have that, you will be told. Now I asked the specific questions, like coming down to the situation which was presented now. That, sir, for example, normally what happens in a highway, if we are going, there is an accident, right? And you see that the person is not very much injured, or 4 or 5 people are standing with him, somebody has a mobile, and then you are passing by. What will you do? Correct? So this situation is painted. Now, different people behave differently. Like somebody says, okay, I'll stop and call the ambulance. Somebody say, I'll give the first aid. Somebody will say, okay, there are people around him. And normally our response is, look, we are going ahead with the time bound manner. So since we see that the situation is under control, we drive our way. Correct? Every time we don't stop at an accident site, right, na sir?
Hmm.
So I asked him, sir, what should be the response? He said, see, there is no right or wrong response. But he said, Ki, you are the protagonist. You are the person who is being assessed. Don't think that what people who are standing there will do. Like Abhinav sir said, Ki everybody, is only on a survival mode there. Then why should he be, enthralling with the excitement and other things, or should follow his goals? So what the psychologist said, that you don't know that 4 or 5 people who are standing near the site, are they really helping? Are they unpad? Do they have their mobile? Or is nowadays the trend is people are not there to help, they are there to make a video, make a reel in the accident site. So don't think what others will be doing, just do what you can do, right? So that should be your response, that how you can contribute in a situation. Others may come along with you, others may not come along with you. Don't start judging, since he is there, he will take care and I may pass by. So that gave me a lot of clarity even to myself, because I myself, I'm not an assessor of SSB because I have not done that course. But this answer of his gave me a lot of clarity how to, mentor or, guide or even steer myself in my life. So that is what one of the input I wanted to give, sir. That in life, we may not think about others. We should be very clear what we need to do. Others may come along with us, others may not come along with us. But if we are very clear about our purpose, then we should follow it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Great, beautiful. Abhinav, I hope you have listened to Colonel Babu and Captain Shantil.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, just 2 minutes I'll take again what Babu said. So when I went for my SSP, same during my training, there was this word appreciation test. The word came as sister. So I wrote, my sister is an intelligent girl. So here Babu talked about protagonist, right? So by writing this sentence saying my sister is an intelligent girl, what quality have I brought about myself? To drive home this point, the instructor Brigadier PP Singh, who was 75 that time, 77 years old, who used to do 14 kilometers walk in the morning and be there in time. So he told me, taking the paper in front of the entire class, ये शहजादे लिखते हैं मेरा बाप सुल्तान था तुम क्या है? He came and he showed his hand like to me and he said, मेरा बाप सुल्तान था तुम क्या है? So what are you trying to show to the world, to the assessor, as to what is your quality, right? So if I have to write sentences like I was able to help my sister when she was going through her exam, something like that, just to show that you care of your family, or you have the attitude of helping others. So just that thing changed me of the entire process. What is that expected in SSB, and probably it helped me to go through the interview.
Very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so it's 8:01. And today I think we will dispense with the Shairi part because Hasina ji, I'm not sure if she's. Babu, do you have a Shairi for us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
A short one, sir. So it says, बहुत बहुत दिनों से कोई हिचकी नहीं आई, बहुत दिनों से कोई हिचकी नहीं आई, भूलने वाले तेरी तबीयत तो ठीक है ना?
भूलने वाले तेरी तबीयत तो ठीक है ना? Thank you. All right. Bye bye. Have a great day. God bless you. See you all tomorrow.